Hi, I'm here in my scary basement. There might be a ghost in the background. What are peremptory challenges and for cause challenges? So if you're a member of the jury pool, you're going to be called into, you're going to be sitting there, and then what's going to happen is something called voir dire, where you're asked a bunch of questions. And so what the attorneys are doing, both for the defense and the plaintiff, is they're determining whether or not they want you on the jury pool, because obviously, if you're going to be against their client, then the attorneys want to get you off. So there's peremptory challenges, and both sides, plaintiffs get three, plaintiff's attorney get three, and defense attorneys get three. So that's again three for each side, and then there's also something called for cause challenges. So peremptory challenges, there's no reason that you have to give to use it. You just can't get somebody off the jury pool, or off the jury for like discrimination reasons. So you can't get a potential juror off because that juror is black or white or Hispanic, and you don't want a black, white, or Hispanic juror on the jury pool. So you can't do that. Likewise, you can't. I want this juror to be off because they're male or female. But otherwise, you don't really have to give a reason to get somebody off for peremptory challenges. So a for cause challenge is different, and you kind of have, there's really no limit to for cause challenges, but there has to be, as you could tell by the name, there's got to be a reason to get that juror off. And usually what happens, like for example, let's say you're in a criminal trial, and then one of the jurors, through the course of voir dire, when you're questioning the jury members or potential jury members, you learn that this potential juror was involved, a victim of a crime that kind of matches the facts of this current case, and so let's say you're the defendant of the criminal, you might not want that juror on there because obviously they're going to be super biased potentially against the defendant because they were a victim in a similar crime. But what you might make a for cause challenge, because you might say to the judge, "Hey, judge, I don't think there's any way that this juror is going to be able to make a determination other than the fact that my guy's a criminal and he's guilty because they were involved in like a fact pattern that's very similar." So the judge might then question that juror member and ask, "Hey, would you be able to give a fair and impartial judgment of the facts and evidence in this case? And is there any possibility?" And they say maybe, and they might try to rehabilitate that juror. But for cause challenges and peremptory challenges.